So I wanted to understand from you, Vasu, looking at the physical dimensions, right? Like we as human beings, our body is designed for not sitting. We're supposed to be designed for movement.
Yeah.
We sit for many hours, 6 to 8 hours, at
We
least
do.
bare minimum every day.
We do.
Now, how can yoga as a practice help here?
Obviously the data and empirical evidence that you have and I have is really quite grim, right? I mean, people at the age of 20, 22, see them, they can't twist, they can't turn, they can't bend, they bend. So again, so going back to the earlier point about being the rat race. So you are in that till something bad happens to you. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say that, till something really hits you, all the beautiful things that you and I are saying right now will have no meaning at all because you think you're above all that, right? So you will have to find ways in which to realize that what you're doing in this rat race. People are, like I said, people accelerate aging. People are having heart attacks in their 20s. They're getting older faster, right? And so it is a terrible price that we are paying. And to imagine that we are somehow immune from that and somebody else's issue is a very ridiculous thing to be under the impression of. So again, even here, the ability to abstract ourselves, what am I doing? Is it really necessary for me to have this extraordinary lifestyle? Okay, right there in a meeting, in a heated meeting, can I again try our best to control my senses, control my responses? Can I make it a practice of having different kinds of furniture, for example, which doesn't force which forces me to actually get up, or rather, I'm not forced to sit down. And obviously things like diet and so on and so forth. But I'm afraid again, that these things are not necessarily new. I'm not saying anything that's new. It is an individual person's journey, and probably an organization that has to create a certain environment which encourages more physical activity and fewer, or maybe mandates that you cannot possibly be sitting at a particular place for long periods of time. I think that could be happening around the corner. What with AI happening and a whole lot of other jobs being now, so-called desk routine jobs, maybe they'll be going somewhere else. So I'm hoping that the positive result of all those things might be that we may end up spending less time at our desk and maybe looking at the finer things in life. One of which is, of course, exerting ourselves, not exerting ourselves, but making sure that all parts of our physical being are being tested, and they're not allowing ourselves to be static. Now, one of the things that you may have certainly noticed, and is that when you do yoga, the very first time, talking about the asanas, we will experience a lot of pain. Okay, and the pain, so many people probably drop out thinking it's just too painful, it's just not worth it, I'm not prepared to bear it. But actually what's happening is it's your muscles which have been hitherto neglected, which are crying out, perhaps in relief, but certainly they're saying, wow, you finally discovered me, I've been here all this time. And so therefore that ability of being consistent, waking up early and spending 45 minutes, no matter what, I don't care what it is, that is probably going to save you. But how is this going to happen? Well, that is, again, as I said, a journey that everyone has to experience. And again, I think offices, organizations have got a responsibility now to mandate a healthier lifestyle, not just about diet, but as you said, sitting down, somehow not allowing meetings to be beyond a certain amount of time, not allowing people to sit at the desk for long periods of time. It may have to actually come down to that level.